What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me back on another review. This time we are coming in with Smile, a film that I've been looking forward to ever since they dropped the 30-second teaser attached to Top Gun Maverick, and apparently they attached it to Crimes of the Future, and that teaser left everybody in my auditorium every single time that I saw it a little bit confused because we had no idea what the fuck was going on. It was just a bunch of people smiling creepily like, but then they dropped the full-length trailer and that got me a little bit more excited because it did look a little creepy. It looked like it was going to be a lot of fun, and this year has been a fun time for horror fans because this year we have been having a shit ton of horror films that I've actually enjoyed and some that have left me disappointed, and this film just falls right in the middle of that. So the film tells the story of Dr. Rose Cotter, who starts experiencing some frightening occurrences that she can't explain after witnessing a bizarre and traumatic incident involving a patient in her care. Now Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. Now this film doesn't really do anything to reinvent the horror genre. This is a story that we've seen play out many times in different ways. We have The Ring, where you watch a video and in 7 days you'll die. We see The Bye Bye Man, where you think it and hear it, then you die. And then we have It Follows, where if you have sex, you're probably going to be exposed to either chlamydia or AIDS, and it really terrifies you on having sex. And this film does that, but this time with a smile. Now there are a lot of creepy images in this film that I really did appreciate and I really enjoyed, but this film was originally supposed to premiere on Paramount Plus, but after it had a very successful test screening, Paramount decided to just go ahead and bypass the straight to streaming model and decided to promote it to theatrical, and it's coming out this week, and this film left me a little bit cold. I was really excited to check this film out, and I was really excited to see all the creepy images that we were going to get in this film. Unfortunately, that was the downside of the promotion because everything that you've seen in the trailer is basically everything that you see in the film. There is nothing left to the imagination in this film, and there were a couple of surprises that I kind of saw coming, and it didn't leave me satisfied as much as I wanted to. When you see something creepy happen in the trailer, you kind of hope that it will play a lot better in the theaters. However, that was not the situation with this film because they do some twists and turns that if you've seen the trailer, there really aren't a lot of surprises in this film, and that kind of left me disappointed because I was really hoping that going into this film I would be left with a lot of great surprises, a lot of great twists and turns. And while there are still some twists and turns in this film that caught me by surprise, there are a lot of twists and turns in this film that really didn't catch me by surprise because I had seen it in the trailer and I could see it coming from a mile away. Now that isn't to say that this movie is awful or terrible. It was just a disappointing feeling that I had walking out of this film. There is a moment in this film where there is some CGI incorporated into this film and it just does not work. But I think for the most part, this film does a really good job of not only giving us some great atmosphere and tension. That is mostly what this film is relying. It's not relying too much on bloody images or a lot of jump scares, but it really does lack in basically keeping you surprised. If you have not seen any of the trailers, a lot of these moments will be surprising for you. It does a really good job of making you creeped out at people that smile at you. So now whenever you see somebody smile at you, you just are going to be wanting to like tell them to fuck off because you don't know what's going to happen. And I really like the little mythology that they built around this thing that is actually happening to people, and I really like that setup was done very well. It was just the fact that this film didn't have as many surprises as I wanted it to have. But even though I came out very disappointed in this film or dissatisfied with the overall story in this film, there are some moments in this film where the tension is there. There is great atmosphere when it's had, and there are some surprises still left there for you. It was leaning more on tension and atmosphere than it was on scares. I think Sosie Bacon does a really good job of emoting fear and having this traumatic thing happen to her and realizing that there is probably no escape from what's actually happening, and you're trying to figure out what is actually happening with her. And there are some moments in this film where it has a bit of a twist and turn, but there are some moments in this film that left me a little lackluster. It was great seeing Kal Penn, even though he does not have a big role in this film. It was great to finally see him back on the big screen after Harold and Kumar Christmas. He's mostly relegated down to being Sosie Bacon's character's boss in this film. For the most part, it does a really good job of giving us some great tension in this film, some great scares here and there sprinkled out, but for the most part, I think it does a really good job of relying on a lot of tension and a lot of atmosphere, but really lacking on a lot of surprises that I kind of wish we didn't see coming. And even though there are still some more surprises left in the film, the way that this film wraps up, I was kind of hoping it didn't wrap up the way it does, but it kind of did leave me a little bit satisfied and unsatisfied. It does run a little bit too long for what this film is. There are a couple of moments when the film kind of takes a little backseat and it doesn't have the pacing that you want this film to have. But overall, I really had a fun time with this film. It was a little bit disappointing for me, but when the fun was there, it was absolutely fun. And when there are some great tension and atmospheric moments, it does a really good job of doing that. And for the most part, if you want to check this film out in theaters with a packed crowd, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, go ahead and wait for it till it comes out on Paramount Plus. Overall, I'm going to go ahead and give Smile a 7 out of 10. Like I said, there are a couple of surprises in this film that actually did catch me by surprise, and there are a lot of moments in this film that really didn't catch me by surprise, but I overall was a little bit disappointed, but I had a lot of fun with the surprises that I did not see coming. Have you guys checked out Smile at any early screenings, or are you guys going to check this film out when it hits theaters this weekend? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below, and also let me know what makes you smile. Go ahead and drop those thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on more reviews. Click that bell notification so you get notified every single time that a video pops up, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.